Welcome to Lavonne at Home. Today we'll be making a buttery, warm American classic, the apple pie. Starting with the pie dough. Begin by adding sieved flour and icing sugar into a large bowl. In the same bowl, add cold cube butter straight out of the fridge. Combine these ingredients in a tabletop mixer and use the paddle attachment on medium speed until you get a nice breadcrumb consistency. You'll want to reduce the speed of the stand mixer to low before you pour the eggs in. Add in the milk as well and mix until a rough dough is formed. Transfer the dough onto a work surface and knead it gently so it comes together. Then place the dough between 2 sheets of butter paper and roll it out to around 4 millimeters thickness. Once the dough is sheeted to a nice even thickness, let's leave it in the refrigerator for 20 minutes. This is going to help the butter firm up. Meanwhile, get the baking ring ready by greasing it generously with butter. Take the cooled sheeted pie dough out from the refrigerator and cut a disc of dough using a baking ring 2 sizes bigger than our final pie ring. Check that the disc of dough is feeling soft and flexible, then carefully lift it up, letting the center of it drop neatly into the middle of the pie ring. Gently work the dough evenly against the sides to line the ring, making sure that there are no air pockets along the way. Trim off any excess from the top of the ring. Moving on to the lattice. This is what gives the apple pie its iconic look. For this, we'll need another sheet of dough, the same 4 millimeters thickness as the one we used for the pie. Now, using a scale and a knife or a cycle cutter if you have one, let's cut the sheet of dough into perfectly straight strips of 1 centimeter width with enough length to go across the pie. For this size of pie, we'll need about 16 strips in total. Lay out half of them on your working surface in vertical, evenly spaced lines. Then weave the remaining strips horizontally into these, going below and above each alternate strip, till you reach the other side. Repeat this with the rest of the strips to form a perfect grid lattice. Trim off any excess from the top of the ring. Keep the tray with the lattice in the refrigerator until you're ready to use it. Next up, we have the chewy caramel. Start by using a sharp knife to open and scrape vanilla bean into a bowl of cream. Give it a mix, then transfer this vanilla cream into a saucepan. Follow this up with milk and corn syrup and heat it till it reaches a gentle simmer. Let's set this mixture aside for now. To get our caramel going, in a heavy bottom saucepan over heat, let's add sugar till it turns into a nice shade of amber brown. Once we get that incredible caramel color, we can add in the warm cream mixture and continue to mix for it all to combine into a luscious sauce. Close this by adding butter and salt and mix till it all comes together. Bring it off the heat and set aside for it to cool. Moving on to our apple filling. In a saucepan, heat butter and toss in our chopped apples. Sprinkle brown sugar over the apples and saute till the sugar evenly coats the apples. But we're also going to add in almond flour, cake crumbs, raisins and spices. and mix briefly till it evenly combines. Finally, we add that dash of lime juice to balance out the flavor. Empty the filling into a clean bowl and set aside. Think we're ready to assemble? Let's make a quick egg wash by mixing eggs and cream together. This wash is going to help us get the perfect browning on our crust and lattice. Refrigerate until ready to use. Take out your lime pie base from the refrigerator. Spoon in the apple mixture to fill the pie about halfway to the top. Follow it with some of that delicious chewy caramel. Then add some more apple mixture to fill our pie almost to the top. Brush the sides of the pie with the egg wash. This will also make sure our lattice can easily stick onto the base. Now carefully lift and place the lattice over the filled pie ring. And gently press down around the edges of the ring to trim off any excess dough, leaving a perfectly shaped lattice. Brush the entire top with egg wash and sprinkle some granulated sugar. We're finally ready to bake this incredible pie in a preheated oven at 170 degrees Celsius for 25 to 30 minutes until the crust develops a lovely golden brown color. To decorate, you could bake an apple-shaped piece of pie dough and place it on the top. Or just dust vanilla icing sugar over the pie. We have ourselves a soulful warm apple pie. You can have it plain or serve it with a side of vanilla ice cream for that classic divine pairing. When you're ready for your next baking adventure, you'll find a ton of amazing cakes, tarts and desserts to make along with us in your kitchen, right here on Lavonne at Home.